Hi everyone, my name is陈貫越. I am a psychological counselor. Today I represent National Central University's Counseling Center to introduce you what counseling is. Counseling is an opportunity to talk with a trained professional about anything that might be bothering you. It allows you to have someone who will be able to listen to you appropriately and offers a safe space to work through your issues. Society is still in the process of overcoming the stigma that for years has been attached to seeing a counselor. For many people, there is a lot of shame that comes from discussing feelings. Though it occurs for both genders, many men in particular were brought up to believe that it's unmanly to discuss or even feel emotions. They are told even from a young age that the only appropriate response to difficult emotions is to toughen up, which means to pretend those feelings don't exist. There is also stigma that counseling is only for people who are crazy or unstable, or for failures and people who are weak. In fact, people who see a counselor have courage to explore emotional issues and consciously set life goals. By seeing a counselor, we're sending a message to our subconscious that we are valuable and that our mental well-being is worth prioritizing, which also improves our self-esteem. What is so valuable about seeing a counselor is that it puts a focus completely on us, which is a rare experience in life. For many people, this kind of devoted attention meets a basic human need and can be a healing experience that was never fulfilled properly. Problems don't fix themselves, and unpleasant emotions cannot be resolved by pretending they don't exist. Repressing our feelings is toxic to our mental well-being. If our feelings are not consciously processed, these feelings begin to bubble up to the surface in unexpected ways. In order to cope the pain of unexpressed emotions, we're likely to surface these repressed feelings in the form of health issues, victimhood, or addictions. By seeing a counselor, we can listen to what these feelings are trying to tell us and gain new insights on difficulties or frustration we're facing, which helps us start making positive changes in our lives. So, when should we see a counselor? For many people, life is confusing, and it's difficult to understand the world and our places in it. Problems like these are extremely difficult to deal with alone because they usually occur on the unconscious levels. There are some questions we may ask ourselves to examine our own mental states. Do I frequently feel sad, frustrated, angry, or anxious? Do I lose interests and have low motivations in daily activities? Do I often lose sleep or sleep too much? Do I have an impulsion to eat or refuse to eat even when I'm hungry? Do I usually feel worthless or have strong guilty feelings? Do I frequently have thoughts of committing suicide? If we found our answers to these questions are yes, then that means we should consider to see a trained professional. At some points, we could all feel overwhelmed by feelings of sadness, anger, and anxiety. We could feel like things are getting too much to deal with on our own. It is essential to externalize our thoughts and feelings and allow someone else to help with the process. But it can be hard talking about it to the people closest to us. This might be because we don't want to upset them, or maybe we're worried how they will react. Also, though they have the very best intentions, close friends and family will always have their own agenda that may impact their ability to be unbiased in the process. On the other hand, Counseling provides us with the time and space to safely explore our feelings. Professional counselors have the benefit of being separate from the circumstances of our lives, so they can see and discuss our problems in a more neutral, unbiased way. We can tell our counselors anything without worrying about their feelings. No matter what we tell them, they will never judge us. They're here to support us through all ups and downs. In the initial counseling session, there will be a little introduction and discussion. Counselor will go through a consent form of the counseling service with us. In the consent form, it will explain things like purposes of counseling, confidentiality, and time settings. The purpose of counseling is to promote clients' well-being. Everything we talk about in counseling is confidential. However, there are some exceptions to confidentiality when it comes to safety. Counselor may need to tell someone else if our or others' lives are in danger. Usually, one counseling session will last for 15 minutes. Ideally, it will be arranged at the same time once a week, and we need to be able to keep the promise and arrive on time each session, so that we will have enough time to work on our issues with the counselor. Also, in the first session, we will have an opportunity to ask any question we have about the counseling work. And there will be a discussion about what brings us to counseling, our expectations, previous experiences of counseling, and maybe have some time to talk about issues we're facing. Common topics that can be discussed in counseling are self-understanding and exploration, academic difficulties, future career explorations, emotional problems, all types of relationship issues, psychosomatic symptoms, trauma, and stress management. Things we may discuss in counseling are unlimited. Counseling is not about giving advice. When we talk to the counselor about our difficulties, the counselor will gently help us to explore by asking important questions and validating our thoughts and feelings, even when they're on the unconscious levels. In this way, we will be able to better understand ourselves and find answers we need for our own difficulties. Of course, seeing a counselor is not the only way to explore our own psychology or make improvements in our lives. We could attend personal development courses, go on spiritual retreats, or watch inspirational videos. Whenever we read a self-help book, there are bound to be some insights that we can apply to our lives. These same insights could be gained through some deep and honest conversations with our friends, family, and romantic partner. Religion can also provide inner peace and support to us. All of these wonderful ways could help us learn about ourselves and making improvements in life. That is all for today. Thank you for listening. Wish you have an inspirational day.